Hey folks, it's Chef Kevin. Tonight I'm making something special, something you've probably never had or never even heard of. It's a quesadilla, but of course it's not a regular quesadilla. Tonight I'm making barbecue bacon quesadilla with lettuce and tomato. Sort of like a BLT type quesadilla, but this is going to be quite unusual. I have some bacon here. This is not regular bacon. Let's take a closer look. Okay, this is a Lee brand market style bacon ends and pieces. Now this is the same meat that bacon is made from. It's made from pork belly. This is the same thing, pork belly. But these are the scraps and the leftovers that you really can't sell in the fancy packaging that we're all familiar with, those strips. These are small pieces. There's some larger pieces mixed in. This is about a third of a price of regular bacon, and it's the same thing. It's just not presentable. You can't package it and market it. This is definitely a southern thing. I didn't even know this existed until I moved down here to Virginia last year. I never saw this up north. Okay, let me cut into it and we'll take a look at it. Let me get a knife first. Okay, well I found this one. The other ones were too big. So let's cut right into this. This was $5, by the way, and it's 2 pounds. Thought that was an ear for a minute. Okay. These big chunky pieces here. That is all fat. I'm not going to use that. There's no meat on that. You could render that down to get the fat out of it and use it as a cooking oil. As a piece, got a pretty good amount of meat on it. That one there's nice. Got some chunky pieces in here. Look at that. That's all fat. Nice chunk. Nice. There's a nice piece here. Still has the skin on. I'll cut the skin off that. Okay. Got some nice chunky pieces here. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cook these on the barbecue. And I don't like to cook bacon in the house, even though I have a ventilator, because it spatters all over the place and it smells like for 2 days, and that really annoys me. So I'm going to slow cook this on the barbecue and I'll show you how that's done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Jack Daniel honey barbecue sauce. This is on the sweet side. That's what I was looking for. And I'm going to add some habanero hot sauce as well. So it's going to be sweet and sour. And then I'm going to put a little pepper on that as well. I'm not going to add any salt. There's probably enough salt in here to kill a horse anyway. So it's getting kind of late, running out of daylight. So let's go outside and fire up the Barbie. Okay, so I got my fire started. This is the simplest barbecue in the world. This is a 19-inch Weber. No bells or whistles. But for this cooking segment, I don't need anything fancy. Now I'm going to cook this indirectly, which means I'm not going to pour the coals all over the place and then just put the bacon on top of that, because it'll burn. So what I'm going to do is have the hot coals on one side and the bacon on the other, and it'll cook indirectly. And I'll show you how this is done as soon as this fire is ready. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this, folks. Nice and hot. Going to rake these to one side. This is indirect cooking. Okay, I have a foil pan here, and I'm just going to put that inside to catch the drippings, just so that it doesn't make a complete mess of my barbecue. Sort of like that. Grate goes on top. Now I left this hinge part accessible because what I'm going to be doing is adding some Jack Daniel's chips, smoking chips. So I have this very thin grate with small spaces so that the bacon doesn't fall through the slots. I already seasoned my bacon. Got a nice coating of black pepper on there. I'm not cooking the whole 2 pounds. I mean, I'm only making a few tacos. That's a big chunk there. Okay, this is probably going to take a good 20 minutes or so because it is indirect. The pieces are rather thin, so it should cook within 20 minutes or so. In the meantime, the sun is setting here in Jamesville, Virginia. Dodie. Dodie. There's a ship heading north. Probably up to Baltimore. There's another ship way out there. He's heading north as well. Maybe to DC. Unload some cargo. That's my fan club there. They just love Virginia boy. Doing the dog thing. Sniffing and peeing. The bacon's cooking away. Gonna put some barbecue sauce on shortly. You never want to add the barbecue sauce on too quickly, too early. It'll just burn. It's got a lot of sugar in it. sugar burns. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add my hot barbecue sauce to the bacon. Now, if you don't like hot sauce, don't put any in there. I like hot sauce, so that's what I'm going for. I got these two bigger pieces directly over the fire. Now you can hear that sizzle away, right? Grilled bacon quesadilla. Not the vegan channel tonight, folks. Just the perfect amount, no leftovers. Okay, probably like 5-6 minutes more. Don't want to burn the barbecue sauce. It's getting a little late. Don't have any lights set up out here yet. Smell that bacon? Can't have it. Not good for you. Not good for humans either. Okay, folks, let's build this quesadilla. I want to barbecue this outside and the sun is setting quickly. Okay, here we have Mission gluten-free original. These are for quesadillas. They're too big for tacos, really. And then we have Mission flour tortillas burrito. So these are for burritos. These are huge, huge, huge. But I don't do things small. Does it look like I do anything small? Massive. Who's hungry? Okay, I'm really under the gun here. I'm going to get this in. Okay. Let's build a quesadilla. I got some melted butter. Going to coat the outside. This is going to be the outside of the quesadilla. This will make it nice and crispy. Okay, I have Oaxaca cheese from Mexico. This is the cheese to use. Now you can use these cheeses that come pre-shredded, but the problem with these is that most of them have some sort of anti-caking material like cellulose. So I'm not a termite, I don't eat wood. So this is it. I shredded it. I'm gonna put it right on there. This is gonna be cheesy as hell. Oaxaca. Want to make sure the whole tortilla is covered. I would say that's nice. Put that there. Okay, this is my smoked bacon that was grilled using Jack Daniel wood chips. Get a few more pieces. Okay, I have some tomato, sliced tomato, nice and thin. Looks like I need a couple more slices. This is my take on the BLT, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. This is the healthy portion. Okay, I'm going to put more cheese on top. This is actually enough for 2 people or one of me. Okay. I'm going to coat the other tortilla with butter. Okay, that is done. Okay, I'm using a fish spatula to maneuver this monster around. Okay, there's going to be a certain technique involved in this, just because it's so huge. I'm going to cook this indirectly on the barbecue so that the cheese melts, and that'll form a glue. And then I'm going to cook it directly over the coals to give it a nice char. Okay, let's go outside. Okay folks, so I have the barbecue heating up here. Won't take too much longer. And the sun is setting here in the Chesapeake Bay. There's actually a huge ship out there. He's heading south. Could be several ports. There's actually a website dedicated to finding out where these ships are going, but offhand I don't know. My wife knows. Okay, this is going to be great. I'm going to be using some Jack Daniel's oak barrel smoking chips. It's almost ready. Okay, these coals are ready to go over. Okay, I'm going to rake them over to one side. Have my grill here, and it has hinges on two ends, and that's important because at some point I'm going to want to flip up the hinge and put some smoking chips in there. Okay, we have a pretty nice sunset here in Jamesville, Virginia. Population 65. Here comes a little boat passing the house. Catch any fish? Okay, I'm going to go inside the house and get the quesadilla and start cooking that. I'll let you enjoy the sunset for the next couple of minutes. Bye bye, son. Hasta mañana. Okay. I have the hot coals on one side. I actually have this quesadilla on a pizza pan. I didn't want it to fall through the grate. So I'm going to indirect cook that. And what I'm trying to do is to melt the cheese sufficiently enough to be able to, check that out, melt the cheese significantly enough to flip it over without destroying it, and then cook it directly over the high heat, get some nice grill marks, get some char. This is going to be so tasty. This is going to be crazy. I'm just going to let the camera roll because this is a real nice sunset here tonight. Jamesville, Virginia. Eastern Shore. Well, the dogs definitely love down here in Virginia. I mean, who wouldn't? Dogs and sunset. Does it get any better than that? I'm not quite sure. Okay, now technically speaking, when the upper limb of the sun disappears behind the horizon, that is the actual sunset. Okay, it looks like I'm going to be cooking in the dark for the next few minutes, but I don't mind. Okay, so let's take a look at this smoked bacon quesadilla I've been talking about. It definitely has some nice char to it. Sort of reminds me of the pizza at Patsy's Pizzeria in New York City on First Avenue, where they would put a nice little char on it. Smells so good. Ooh. No doubt. A little guacamole right on top. This is avocado with a little lemon juice and a little sea salt. Gonna put a little sour cream right on top of that. And on top of that, I'm going to put a little cilantro. And there you have it. Chef Kevin's smoked bacon quesadilla. Now, let's take a closer look at it. Okay. This is very good. The smoked bacon is so intense. The cheese is really, really good. That's Oaxaca cheese. Gonna put a little habanero hot sauce on top of that though. Just a little though, because I'm driving tomorrow. The tomato and the lettuce give it a little freshness. You know, you don't want just a big bite of cheese and bacon. The smokiness of the bacon is really so unbelievable. A little bit more lemon juice. Okay, folks. My mother told me that it's not polite to talk with your mouth full, so I'm going to call it quits on this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you like me, you like my videos, like my style, whatever that is, then you know what to do. Otherwise, hasta mañana.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.